Microsoft wants you to stop thinking. That is the pitch. In May 2025, GitHub shipped Copilot coding agent in public preview. Not autocomplete, not suggestion mode. A fully autonomous agent that picks up GitHub issues, writes multi-file pull requests, and pushes code while you sleep. Microsoft called it a breakthrough. I call it the McDonald's of code. Fast, cheap, and if you consume it every day, it will ruin your engineering health. The villain here is not AI itself. The villain is Microsoft's incentive structure. GitHub makes money when seats stay active and usage goes up. They do not make money when you become a better engineer. In my analysis, every product decision in this launch optimizes for developer dependency, not developer growth. The agent runs inside a code space, burns your compute minutes, and trains you to treat code like something that arrives, not something you build. That is not a tool. That is a subscription to intellectual atrophy. Let me give you 3 pieces of technical evidence. First, hallucination at the dependency layer. The Copilot agent uses the same GPT-4o inference backbone that powers chat. Independent testing on SWE-bench verified, published just weeks ago, shows that while the agent resolves around 45% of contained single-file tasks competently, it fabricates package versions, invents non-existent API endpoints, and generates import paths to modules that do not exist in the repo. In autocomplete mode, you catch that in real time. In agent mode, the code is already committed to a branch. The hallucination is now a pull request with a green CI badge because the test suite, also written by the agent, tests the hallucinated behavior. You are not catching bugs. You are reviewing fiction. Second, the review bottleneck collapse. Microsoft's own documentation says the agent is designed for tasks that would take a human under 30 minutes. But the entire safety model depends on a human reviewing the PR. Here is the problem. Research from Google's engineering practices group has shown for years that pull request review quality degrades sharply after about 200 lines of diff. The Copilot agent routinely produces multi-file changes that cross that threshold. And most teams already rubber stamp reviews because the social pressure to merge fast is enormous. So the one guardrail Microsoft points to, human review, is already broken in practice. The agent does not fix that. It exploits it. Third, the junior developer extinction path. This is the one that keeps me up at night. Junior engineers learn by struggling with small problems. They learn state management by wiring it wrong 3 times. They learn concurrency by causing a deadlock and debugging it for 4 hours. The Copilot agent skips all of that. It hands a junior dev a finished PR and says, "Review this." But reviewing code you could not have written yourself is not learning. It is theater. The evidence suggests that teams adopting the agent in preview are already seeing juniors plateau faster because the reps that build intuition are being automated away. Microsoft appears to be optimizing for short-term velocity at the cost of long-term engineering competence across the industry. If this is the kind of analysis that should be louder than Microsoft's marketing budget, subscribe. Because they have billions to shape this narrative, and we have the truth. Now the strongest counterargument. Every generation of tooling triggered this panic. IDEs replaced text editors. Stack Overflow replaced memorization. Linters replaced manual style enforcement. Developers adapted every single time, and the profession got stronger. Fair. I respect that argument, but here is why it fails. Every previous tool automated a mechanical step. The Copilot agent automates a reasoning step. It decides what to change, where to change it, and how to test the change. When you automate mechanics, humans still practice judgment. When you automate judgment, humans practice nothing. That is not the same category of tooling shift. That is a category of skill replacement, and pretending otherwise is how entire job tiers disappear while everyone says it could never happen here. So here is where we land. I'm not saying burn your Copilot license. I am saying treat it like you would treat McDonald's. Fine in a pinch, dangerous as a daily diet. If you let an autonomous agent write your code, review your code, and test your code, you are not an engineer anymore. You are a button that says merge. Microsoft will not tell you that because every merged PR is a usage metric that justifies your $60 a month seat. In my analysis, the business model and your professional development are now in direct conflict, and Microsoft chose the business model. The question I need you to answer honestly: if the Copilot agent wrote your last 3 pull requests, would you even notice the bugs it introduced? Or have you already stopped looking?